Hey, what's up, Speaker Posse? This is Clinton Young, international keynote speaker and coach for aspiring world-class speakers, founder of the Speaker Posse. Wonderful to be here with you today. And I wanted to drop some knowledge today on your clients, how to attract more clients. Now, I'm learning more and more about this every single day. I have coaches for marketing, for mindset, for speaking, for everything you can think of. I also have coaches. So I had a call today actually with a prospect, if you will, somebody who reached out to me they saw me speak somewhere, and they wanted to find out about how they could communicate their message more effectively. And they know that that's part of what I help people do in my coaching program. So we had this conversation, and right out of the gate, it was pretty hilarious. He kind of insulted me right out of the gate, which was kind of interesting. I don't think he meant it. I think he's just kind of a techie guy, and he's not very adept at communicating effectively. And he's like, "Oh yeah, I saw you speak. You're an awesome speaker." He's like, "Not much content, but you're a great speaker." And I was like, "Dude, you watched my thank you page video." I literally was saying thank you and inviting you to schedule a call. So of course there was no content. So then I went on to share with him some insight around what I thought he could do to help his business. And he's like, "Do you have the recording of this? This was great content." And I was just like, "Yeah, buddy." Anyways, side note, vindication. I feel better about myself. If you're joining me right now, I want to talk a little bit about attracting clients. And this is what I dropped on this guy today that really kind of blew his mind. And what he was saying was, he's like, he was telling me a lot of things about what he does. He's got the software, and how does he attract the right clients? How does he get in front of the right people? And I started asking him questions, some of the questions I ask in my coaching program, like, why do you feel called to speak in the first place? And who's your ideal client? And what's the number one problem that you solve? And I started sharing with him this continuum. And this is what I want to teach you today, or just share with you today, is anybody that you're trying to help with your product, your service, your message, they're going to be on this continuum. So visualize this continuum from, let's say, -5 to like 10. And you have people inside of whatever your domain of expertise is, whether it's helping people grow their impact as a world-class speaker, whether it's helping somebody with their SEO, or helping somebody write their book in 90 days, whatever your benefit is, whatever your solution is, there's a problem that you solve, right? There's a problem that you solve. One of the problems that I solve for aspiring world-class speakers is a lot of times people don't think that they can actually speak right now. They're like, "Oh, I got to do this and this, and then I got to do this, and then I can go out and speak." But what I help people see is that they can actually speak right now, and they just need to figure out a few things and just choose a few things. So there's a problem that your solution solves. There's a problem that your product, or your service, or your message solves. So I started asking him about that, and I told him about this continuum. And I said, you got to stop championing your solution. You got to stop championing this is what we solve. This is our solution. This is our product. This is our service. People don't care about our solutions. They only care about the problem that they're experiencing. And let me share with you this continuum, and think about like a radar or like an antenna. People that are out there that have the problem that you solve, from the -5 to 0, they have a massive problem, but they don't even know that they really have a problem. They just believe that's how life is. This is just what's so. They really aren't able to identify the fact that they actually have a problem. Now, as they get closer to 0, from that -5 continuum to 0, now they're right at level ground. Now they know they have a problem, but they have no idea what it is. Notice how we're not talking about solution at all. The only thing that the 0 people, and let's say 0 to like 3 or 5, they're now, as they move up to that 5 on the continuum, +5, now they're starting to be able to identify a little bit about their problem. They're like, okay, my problem is in exposure, in my messaging, or it's in my even knowing what I want, right? So now they're starting to identify what the problem is. They can't quite articulate it. They don't have a lot of layers to it, but they know they have a problem and they have a general idea of what that problem is. As you move up to 6, 7, 8, now they're able to articulate the problem. They know I have a problem in belief, in believing that I can actually become a speaker or whatever it is, the solution that you have, right? They can start to articulate what their problem is. And then 8, 9s, and 10s, they can articulate their problem, but more importantly, they're actually also looking proactively for a solution. When you get up to that 10, they're actively looking for a solution. Those are like the quote unquote A buyers, right? Those are the people that are like ready to go because they're looking for a solution right now. The pain has gotten so great and they want to move away from that pain. They want to move towards pleasure. They want to get a solution. So they're the only ones. Maybe the 8s, 9s, and 10s, probably just the 10s or the 9s are the only ones that can actually hear your language when you talk about solutions. So if you're just joining me, we're talking about how to attract clients, how to attract your bullseye clients. So like, comment, share. I've got more to share about this, but too many people are championing their solutions. But as you just heard from that continuum, the 7s all the way down to the 0, all the way down to the -5 on that continuum, they don't even know. Most of them don't even know what their problem is. They certainly cannot articulate their problem, and they're definitely not looking for the solution. So when you market using language about your solution, they're not even hearing it. It's just white noise. It's just white noise. But when you get really, really good and better than even your prospects, the people that want to work with you, when you get even better at articulating their problem than they are at articulating their problem, that's when they're like gravitating towards you. That's when people find you because you can articulate their problem better than they can. So they automatically assume that you have the solution. Now you better have the solution and you better have a very valuable solution. I'm sure you do, or you wouldn't be championing the problem. Now, and I'm not trying to say you want to manipulate anybody. You don't want to be pushing their buttons. You need to speak in the language that they can hear though, because in that continuum example, 80% of the people can't hear the language of the solution. They can only hear the language of the problem. Heather Kessler, articulate your people's problem. Absolutely. You've got to articulate your client's problem and you got to get better at fall in love with your client. Don't fall in love with your solution, because a lot of times, we'll fall in love with our solution. We think we've got this thing that's perfect to solve all these problems, but we don't really understand the problem enough. And we create the wrong solution that people don't actually need, or they don't actually want. They might need it, but they don't want it, right? So we've got to get really good. I don't know who that is. You got to sign in with StreamYard for me to see who you are. But that's my time. I got to roll out. So remember, get really good at articulating your client's problem, because that's what they hear in the marketplace. They don't hear your solution. Oh, hey, Steph, how are you? It's good to see you. All right, that's it for now. If you haven't joined the Speaker Posse, make sure that you go to speakerposse.com. It's my free Facebook group. If you're watching this in the Speaker Posse, awesome to have you viewing the videos. If you're not part of Speaker Posse, make sure you go to speakerposse.com and definitely grab the World-Class Speaker Secrets once you get in the Speaker Posse, or you can just go to worldclassspeakersecrets.com for free. All right. Have a great rest of your day. We'll talk to you soon. I got another awesome live coming up tomorrow, 10 o'clock Pacific time, with my boy JP. We're going to be talking about what he's been up to and how he's using speaking to grow his business, and just how he's grown over the last year or two in speaking. So until then, remember to think big, say yes, and take action. Bye for now. Take care.